Hi everyone. So I've been rabbiting on about my own child abuse, or my childhood trauma, whatever the hell you want to call it. And I have to be honest, the worst thing that parents are doing to their children in the name of love at this stage that I've seen is changing a child's gender. So I saw a YouTube video of a mother claiming that her 14-month-old son was having their sex changed because this 14 months, this is a baby, this 14-month-old baby had been living as the wrong sex with the wrong identity, because now he's a she, her whole life. Sorry, that is child abuse. That is child abuse. You know, I think back 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, oh, good grief, sometimes even in one's 20s, you decide, oh, I want to change my hairstyle. I know I'm going to cut my long blonde hair off. I'm going to do short back and sides. And people say, oh, you're going to regret it. Oh, no, I know what I'm doing. I hate my hair. And 20 minutes after you've cut it, you think, oh, good grief, what have I done? What have I done? And this goes up into your 20s. I've cut my hair in my 50s and thought, what did I do that for? Am I stupid? There's a very big difference between cutting off your beautiful long hair and changing your physical genitalia, changing your physical makeup. So here we have mothers, and this mother in particular obviously didn't want a little boy, and she got a little boy, but she wanted a little girl. So she petitioned to get her 14-month-old baby to go for gender reassignment surgery. 14 months old. There are no words to describe that type of abuse. There really aren't. You know, a few months back I saw a thing on a mother. Gosh, we seem to have a lot of mothers out there who really aren't. A mother who decided that her 4-year-old son was actually a girl because he played with his ever so slightly older sister's dolls with his sister. And therefore, her 4 years old, was actually a girl and was trapped in a boy's body. And she was starting gender reassignment. What the actual are these people doing? What are they doing? You know, you go to school, 10, 11, 12, 13. There's a fad going on. And everybody's suddenly turning from Jill into Joe or Mary into Mark. And it's cool. It's cool. Oh, I'm going to do that. I don't want to be left out. I want to be part of the crowd. And these kids have been going to so-called medical professionals and having gender reassignment started, or indeed done. And please don't get me wrong. I don't have a problem with gender reassignment. I really don't. I really don't. If you suffer from body dysmorphia, it's a medical term, check it up. If you suffer from body dysmorphia and you firmly believe that you are a man trapped in a woman's body or a woman trapped in a man's body, then by all means, start the process. And the process shouldn't be, oh, I think I'm a man. Now I'm going to start taking pills and hormone myself out of being. No. When we were younger, I was younger, there was a process. And for 2 years, that person had to live as the gender that they thought they were. It wasn't a willy-nilly, oh, I think I'm a man, so I'm going to go and take hormones, and some professional gives them to me, and some professional cuts off my bits and pieces and changes me into something that I'm not. It was 2 years of living as the opposite gender. It was psychiatric counseling. It was checking and double checking to make sure that the life-changing gender reassignment was not a mistake for you. Now tell me, how many times have you gone and bought something and had buyer's remorse? Do you know that there's a law to protect you against that? There's a law that says you have X amount of time in which to express buyer's remorse and return said item. You cannot ever, as in ever, change back to the gender that you were once you have started the treatment. Maybe after a week. Maybe. But there are changes that your body will undergo as soon as you start that hormone therapy that are lifelong. So pray tell, how dare a parent decide that a 14-month-old baby is actually a girl, but it was born a boy? How? And how is the medical fraternity getting away with this rubbish? How is the medical fraternity justifying their pathetic reason to exist? You know, we have real medical stuff that needs to be looked at. You know, cute diseases like, I don't know, cancer. It's life-threatening. Study it. Figure it out. We have real problems. We have real problems. Reassigning the gender of a child is not only unethical, but it's unconscionable. And any parent who makes that decision on behalf of their minor child, in fact, never mind minor, even adult child, should actually have said child removed from custody and be sterilized to prevent further propagation, because those people have got something seriously mentally wrong with them. Because you have to be mentally damaged to believe that your child should be gender reassigned before your child even knows whether or not they want to be a parent, whether or not they want to be a mathematician, a teacher, a receptionist, an underwater helicopter pilot. How can a parent, love and honor your parents, those people, the ones who are supposed to have your best interests at heart, the ones who are supposed to do things for you because they love you, not because they have some hidden agenda, not because they want to be part of the in crowd, woke mommy and woke daddy. No. Your child decides they want to have gender reassignment. You support them, you discuss it with them, you get them to go for the necessary counseling, and you make them wait. You make them wait. It's not a haircut. The bits don't grow back. Your voice doesn't go back to normal once you've taken testosterone. You don't regrow your genitalia. Your breasts cannot be put back, and the ones that are put back are non-functional. A loving, kind, decent parent would never, ever even think of doing that to someone they loved. Never. You support your child. You love your child. You allow them to behave as if they are the opposite gender. You allow them to dress like that. You don't make life-altering decisions for your children. Unless it's a matter of life and death, you do not do it. You do not do it. I'm completely and utterly gobsmacked at the number of young people who have remorse, who are now trying to reassign back to the gender they were before they started the debacle. And why did they start? Peer pressure. Peer pressure. Everyone else is doing it. I don't want to be out. I want to be part of the crowd. Why would a 4-year-old boy who is playing with dolls want to become a 4-year-old girl? Why? Why is the gender stereotype so all-important to mommy dearest that a 4-year-old boy cannot play with dolls? Well, I've got a news flash for you. I played with cars. I played cops and robbers. I did all the boys' sports. I wasn't a girly girl. And yes, there are times when I thought it would have been easier to be a man. Why? Because of discrimination. Because out there, as a woman, you are discriminated against. Because apparently we're not smart enough. Apparently we shouldn't earn the same amount as a man. Apparently we don't support families. Apparently. That is a patriarchal construct. But my body parts? No. I wouldn't do gender reassignment so that I could get treated fairly. Because I wouldn't be treated fairly. I would be treated as an aberration. Most people, the non-woke crowd, look at it and say, that person is an it. That baby is an it. So if there happens to be a single solitary parent watching this, and you have gender reassigned your child because you would rather have had a little girl or a little boy, shame on you. Shame on you. You deserve to be in the lowest rung of Dante's Inferno. You really do. Body dysmorphia is real. Body dysmorphia is not treatable. The symptoms can be treated, but it is a medical diagnosis. It is not a mommy looking at their 4-year-old baby and saying, oh, my son's playing with his sister's dolls. Together with his sister, he would much rather be a girl. No. No. Allow your children to be children. Allow your children to grow up. Allow your children to develop a brain before you decide that they should be converted into your pitiful, pitiful concept of who they are. You know, there are parents out there who have had children who are hermaphrodites. And hermaphrodite has both sex genitalia. Those parents are not advised to pick one or other sex. They are advised to wait and see which sex the child naturally fits into. Because nobody is abnormal until mommy or daddy decides they are. My heart breaks for all those children out there, and I'm including 25-year-olds, because they are still children. They are children who have stripped their entire lives away from them because they didn't know which way was up, never mind whether or not they were a boy or a girl. It floors me that such a monumental change is so willy-nilly, gosh, that's a new word, willy-nilly thrown around. And that the medical profession, shame on you, the medical profession who know better, they know better, are actually performing these surgeries, these aberrations. They are prescribing hormones to babies. For heaven's sake, in some countries you're not allowed to drink alcohol until you're 21, but you can have a sex change. What? What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? It's absolutely unconscionable. And I hope to heaven that there is a mother or a father out there who hears this and takes a step back and thinks, oh my God, I was about to destroy my child's life, and stops. You know, a lot of things can be said about Donald Trump. A lot of things can be said about him. But the day he decided to sign back into the Constitution, the law, the whatever, that there were two genders, male and female, was a celebration for all those very, very, very young people who are having their lives destroyed, absolutely destroyed, by well-meaning parents who don't have a cooking clue what they are doing. Those parents are bottom of the barrel. Effectively, You are murdering your child. You are taking Jill, murdering Jill and turning her into Joe. Why? Why? Because it's a fad. Because so-and-so's mommy did it. Because I want to be accepted. Because I'm woke. And please, guys, don't get me wrong. I have nothing against transgender. I've said previously, I don't care if you're male, female, pony, cat, monkey, doorknob. I don't care. I don't care. Just be kind. Just be kind. I don't care if you a lesbian or a gay or whatever they call it nowadays. Whatever homosexuality you're picking, I don't care. But that decision to change your gender, that happens after very careful consideration. That happens after living as that opposite gender for at least 2 years, so that you can get a pretty good idea before you start taking life-changing medications, before you start doing things like having your body parts chopped off, that you consider it really, really carefully. There are people out there who have just realized, I want to be a mother. I want to have a baby. I can't. I've effectively been medically sterilized by taking hormones. My life will never be the same. I will now live for the next 40, 50, 60, 70 years. Let that penetrate. 40, 50, 60, 70 years. Regretting a stupid mistake. Because the people who are there to protect you, the people who are there to love you, didn't. They didn't. The protectors, the psychologists, the psychiatrists, the doctors, the surgeons, all of them are there to protect you as a child. And you know as well as everybody else that until you are at least 25, you have no clue. You have no clue, and should not even be considering messing with your body for the rest of your existence. Let it sink in. 40, 50, 60, 70 years. It's not, oh gee, I'll just change it. Oh gee, I'll just go back. You know, it's like me colouring my hair. I can colour it black tomorrow if I want to. I'll give you a news flash. If I colour it black tomorrow, excuse me, the only way I will get it back to its natural colour is by bleaching it, which will damage my hair, which means I'll have to grow it out. So it's around about a 4 to 5 month issue. 4 to 5 months. Now think of doing that to yourself. You have long blonde hair and you decide, I'm going to dye it black, permanent black colour. And after you've done it, you think, oh no, it's too harsh on my skin. Good grief, I look as if I've come out of a graveyard. I don't want to look like that. I want my hair back. I want my hair back. And you go to the hairdresser and they bleach it. And it won't be the same until it's grown out. And that is all there is to it. You could, of course, wear a wig. Now turn that into your physical anatomy. Turn that into your body's ability to control your hormones, to control itself. That isn't 4 or 5 months. That isn't a year. That is forever, as long as you shall live. As long as you shall live. And there are parents, kind, loving parents, who are abusing innocent, unworldly children, babies. How could you, as a parent, make a decision that would ruin or potentially ruin your child's entire life? How? How could you? How could you be so cruel? How could you be so cruel? Instead of doing that, how about you go and have a limb amputated? Go and do that, parent. Go and cut off an arm or a leg. Go and do that and live with it. And every day when you realize what you've done to yourself, thank the heavens above that you didn't destroy your child. You only destroyed yourself. Anyway, that is the way I feel about child abuse. That is how I feel about child abuse. And I hope, beyond hope, that if there is a little boy or a little girl who is listening to this, whether you are a teenager or a young adult, and you are even thinking of doing this, please, please, please don't. Just wait. Just wait. You'll grow out of your gawky body. You'll grow out of your gawky hormones. And if by the time you reach 25, you still are feeling as if you are in the wrong body, then look at it. Then make the choice to change. Then follow a process where you can look at it. But as a child, please don't. And if you have already done it, and you're regretting your decision, I'm so very, very sorry that the people who were supposed to love and protect you didn't.